Welcome back. Today we will start coding our data upload function. It always helps to envision the steps users would need to follow. In our case, we would like to allow users to use the menu option, then select the data file that needs to be uploaded, then pick the date to be uploaded. So this requires three simple steps for the end users. Always try to find a balance between the usability and reliability of the file. Try not to leave much room for user errors and minimize the number of user actions required to achieve the result. Let's add the first element, the menu item. Open the VBA editor, then use this icon to add a new module. You can also do so from the insert menu, same option, module. Once you click on that, a new module gets added. You can view it in the Project Explorer, and you can also rename it in the properties of this module. Let's do so. Main will be our new name. If you don't see this Project Explorer window or properties window, you can enable those options by accessing View menu and selecting the corresponding options right here. Next thing we want to do, we will add a new procedure. So type sub space. Next will be the name of our procedure, data underscore upload. Open and close the parentheses and hit enter. Notice at the end of our procedure, end sub statement gets added automatically. This represents the end of our statement. Let's leave this procedure empty for now, and we will get back to this later. To save us some time, I have copied my code, and let's go through it. Option explicit. This line is optional. It forces the users to explicitly define all the variables to avoid unnecessary errors. Next two are global variables data file and master file. They will be used across multiple modules, therefore we need to declare them as global. The next two elements are command bar and command bar control. They are needed in order to create our custom menu. So the actual creation of our custom menu is happening in this procedure. It's called private sub auto open. This is how you have to name it in order for this to work. We define some of the variables required for this procedure, and what it does basically, it loops through all the active menu bar controls, and it searches whether or not our net revenue menu item exists. If it exists, it will just skip the process. However, if it doesn't, it actually creates this custom menu called net revenue. Once the custom menu is created, we add a submenu called upload sales data, and we assign another procedure in this line on action, and this is where we'll assign our upload data. Oh, by the way, data upload, so we just need to rename it here to data upload. So this procedure name needs to match with the name of the actual procedure where we'll be defining our custom action. Once this private sub auto open menu is created, when we close a file, we need to make sure we remove that custom menu so it doesn't appear in any other Excel files. And this piece of code does exactly that. It's called private sub auto close. And if you want to include this line on error resume next, because if this menu is not found, basically it's just gonna skip the code and the procedure. So what it does again, we loop through all the active menu bar controls, we search for net revenue control, and if you find it, we reset the menu bar and we exit this loop. So now that we created our auto open and auto close procedures, we need to make sure they get executed when our workbook is opened and closed. In the Project Explorer, you're going to notice that we have additional objects, Sheet 1 and this workbook. Just like in the modules, we can code our VBA procedures within these places too. If I double click on this workbook, you're going to see that I already have two private subs here, workbook open and workbook before close. And how did I come up with these names? I actually didn't. Like if you look at these drop downs on top of the editors section, you're going to see that we have an object workbook, and we can select from the list of actions For example, if I want to do something, let's say before printing, I just click here and it automatically adds these lines here where I can define my custom code, and I can tell the system what to do before printing. So when the workbook is opened, we want to execute our auto open function that we coded right here. And when a workbook is closed, we want to execute the auto close procedure, which is right here. And this is exactly what these two lines of code help us to achieve. In order to test our code, we need to close the workbook and reopen it. I'm reopening it now. And remember, our workbook open macro gets executed. And you're going to see this add-ins tab appearing. And if you click on it, we will have our custom menu items, net revenue, and within it, we're going to see upload sales data submenu. If I click on it, it's not going to do anything now, and we will continue coding in the next video. Thank you and good luck.